Linh-chan and Dimi-chan craft art. Welcome back, Chan-chans.
Welcome back, Chan-chan.
It's been a while.
It's been 1 week.
1 week. Though it's been a while for us. Because we've been gone for a long time. A long yesterday.
Long time.
What was that from?
It's like this Japanese reality show.
Oh, and they're trying to say the day before yesterday, so it was long yesterday.
Something like that.
Oh.
Whatever.
So today we're making Onoda.
Onoda
Sakamichi. Or Sakamichi Onoda. I'm not really sure what his last name is. I'm really dyslexically confused.
Onoda is his last name.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay. So, Onoda Sakamichi.
I think that's... Because they always go last name first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it. So yeah, we're making him today. Because we were watching lots of bicycles.
Bicycles.
Yeah, so we were totally like binge watching all of Yowamushi Pedal. And then we went to Japan and met a real life bicycle road racer. Though he doesn't do that anymore. But yeah, that was fun. And yeah. So we're making him today. And as usual, you're starting with the head and the body. And then making the arms and the legs.
Some.
Did you forget how to make figures? It's been like 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
I think so.
So you've forgotten?
Yeah.
It's decided.
It's decided. I'm kind of over it.
Don't say that.
I'm kind of over figure making.
Well, you've made quite a few of them.
All at once, so I think I need a break from it. That's why.
Well, we have a few more, like, queued up, don't we? Yeah, we have one for next week.
We have one for next week.
So Lynn has 2 weeks to get over her being bored of figures.
Recorded before we went on our trip. Other than that, I don't have anything else planned.
Well, we've got ideas.
Yeah, we have a lot of ideas. It's just I'm not into recording anymore. At least for now.
You're a little burnt out.
Yeah, from all the recording. Because before we went on a trip, I made 4 videos all at once just to prepare for the time that we're away.
We tried our best to queue up videos so that way there would be 3 while we were gone. But then when we got back, we had a few days and we were supposed to put this one out. But
jet lag hit us.
Jet lag really hit us.
It took me a week to get over it too.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
So there you were making the arm and trying to extrude it, but it did not work out too well.
Did not work out.
So here you're retrying. Why does it like fall apart like that? Is it because the paper is not sliding smoothly? So is that because the different colors of these paper have different textures? So some of them are more smooth than others?
Some of them are more waxy in a way. The beige and the white are always the hardest because they're thicker. And they're really rough. I guess however they were cut them. Or they were cut, the edges are all like, what is it, frayed a little bit? They're not smooth. And so it's hard to deal with them. Those are the ones I get paper cut from a lot, too.
Got it. Got it. I'm always, so you're not doing it yet, but I'm always quite surprised how when you glue the legs onto the body, like that little amount of glue that you just put on the very tip of the rim is enough to hold it. That always surprises me.
It's actually a lot of glue.
Yeah, if you think about it.
And
like
it doesn't,
that one also
it doesn't always
me.
stay. It doesn't always stay.
Oh, sometimes it does come off.
Well, that one that one, I put it on the rim, and then on the strip of paper that I wrap around, there's also glue on that as well.
There is, okay.
Yeah.
So here you're doing his jersey.
I am. It took me forever to figure out the jersey part.
So you actually chopped this one in half in a little bit. Do you want to talk about why you do that? Because I did not understand why you did that.
Because I wanted to... Because right in the middle... Because right here is the front part of it, and then that's the red part I'm doing right now is the side of it. And then it sort of wraps from the front to the back. However, in the front there, in the middle, I cut it because it needs to be a V, and that's where the zipper goes. If that makes any sense at all.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to explain it.
Got it. I felt like you cut it on one side and you glued it on the other.
I glued it on the other,
It made me very confused. But I guess you're gluing it back on that side that you cut?
No, I didn't.
No? Not even after you put it around the body?
I don't know how to explain it. It just sort of worked out that way for me.
Got it.
So now this is the back. Because before, it was the front that was attached.
Mm-hmm.
But then I need to cut out a piece of it because it's as if his collar is open.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's why. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
But I guess you could have just had a flat piece from the back.
I could have. But I could have.
Got it.
That's why
I was just confused, that's all.
Yeah.
But it makes sense if you explain it.
It made sense for me,
anyway.
And sometimes we're pretty backward. So.
It's okay. 5 steps backwards means a mile forward sometimes.
Sure.
However that works. So here you're making his tags.
His tag.
Which you made too big.
I did,
That you realized just then. You're like, smaller ones. And this is from his first big inter-high race. That's the version we're making. Not after he becomes captain and super speedster of the Sohoku.
I don't know what you're talking about most of the time. When you go on ranting like that and mumble, I have no idea what you're saying.
I'm not insane, I swear.
No, it's just you're mumbling about something and I'm not even paying attention to you right now.
Aw, thanks.
I just woke up from a nap. Jet lag.
Still? I thought you got over it.
I still have it a little bit. It started to screw up my sleep cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So I would wake up at like 1 a.m. in the morning here, or like 4 a.m., which is like 11 a.m. the next day in Japan. So I've been running on Japan time for the past week.
Yeah, and that's 16 hours away for those who are keeping track. And it's a little hard to get over. We did good when we got there, though. We did good, yeah. We slept on the plane. Yeah, the coming back trip is always you're leaving Japan at night time-ish. And then you're kind of going back to the U.S., but you arrive in the U.S. during the morning or the day. Yeah. So I think this time we got lucky and we got a flight that left like really at night, like at 11. Midnight, yeah. It was like 1 o'clock. And then we arrived in the late afternoon in the U.S. But I'm not sure if that's any better from the alternative. No, because we did our routine. We ate dinner at like 7, and then we're like, okay, we can go to bed around 8 or like 9 or 10, and then that should be good because, you know, if you eat 2 hours before and then go to bed, that should in a way help reset your schedule. But it didn't. We woke up at 3 a.m. in LA time, which is like, I think, what's 3 a.m. in Japan time? In Japan time. I don't know, 16 hours. I think it was like in the morning the next day or something. Yeah, 7 p.m. Yeah, so it would have been the time where we're like out and about. So. Yeah, it's a little rough. But anyway. So I've been slacking, I guess, when it comes to making figures, and it's been a while now, and I feel like people maybe are starting to get bored of what we're doing because it's the same thing over and over again. So I guess if you have any suggestions, leave a comment. Like, comment, subscribe below. Is it below that you do all those things? I'm not even sure. Well, because I'm not sure what to do anymore, and yeah, the outcome always is cool and interesting, you know, to see how the figure turns out, but the process is the same every single time. And I mean I'm getting bored of it. So I'm sure you who are watching and aren't involved in the process are probably bored as well. You know, so I don't know how to make this more exciting. Well, obviously we need to add fireworks. That always makes things more exciting. Well, you did try some different things with this figure.
I did. I tried to experiment, but it didn't turn out very well. And it made a mess. So here I'm making his glasses. So I started earlier with like a thicker piece of paper, but then it was too thick, so I ended up cutting the paper into thinner strips and then making the circles out. So then those 2 circles there are supposed to be his glasses. And then I made the hands, and here I'm making
the nose bridge.
Yeah, and the frame of the glasses.
Yeah, that's a better word.
So initially that's all I did. And then to glue it to the face, but then Dimitri was like, "Oh, maybe you should put some of the resin inside the circles to make it look like it's glasses."
Me with my brilliant ideas.
So then I was like, "Okay, I can try that." However, I made a huge mess of all my stuff, and then I don't know what I did afterwards.
I feel like the resin did not solidify.
It didn't. Well, because I think the proportion might be wrong, and it was leaking everywhere. So then I was like, oh, let me do it on saran wrap. Maybe that will be better. Because then if I peel off the saran wrap on like plastic, it should come off easily, right? But then the saran wrap was like was not even on the tables. It was like warpy. So then when I put the resin on it, it started leaking everywhere. And then my glasses got all wet from the resin. So then I went back to doing it on the parchment paper, but it's still wet. And then I have another figure, so I was like, oh, since I already glued this glasses on his eye, let me try putting the resin directly on the head. But that didn't work out either because, see, you can see it's a mess and it didn't really dry.
Yeah, I think if it had dried, it would have worked out, but it was like totally
here on the head,
liquidy.
It made a mess also because it started leaking everywhere, and you can see it at the top of his bangs.
No.
You see how shiny it is in the middle?
Yeah.
So it didn't really work either.
His glasses melted from too much bicycling. So.
And then I made a bicycle on the side. So, and it took me like 8 hours to do that. Stupid bicycle.
So you only made one of those, unfortunately.
I only made
so you don't
one.
get to watch the process.
Yeah.
It was a lot less carefully planned than the figures usually are.
Yeah. Well, because I didn't have a model to model it after, so I was just doing it. And so it took me forever. And here I'm just making the base. And even the base gave me a lot of trouble.
Because you're varying the colors?
Yeah. No, it was just too long of a process. And then by the time I started finishing up the figures, it was the same time that I was experimenting with the glasses stuff, so I was already done. So.
Well, here's the final figure coming together. I'd say it's still pretty cool.
So, sorry if you wanted to see the bike and it didn't happen.
So, there's Onoda Sakamichi holding his bicycle, his Rodoresa. So, I hope everyone enjoyed. Check back next week for another awesome quilling video.
Tell me what I need to do. I'm getting bored of this.
Leave comments in the comments part, letting Linh-chan know what she should do next.
Yay!
Yeah. See you next week, Chan-chans.
Chan-chan. Na, 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 na.